Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Airlinesim. Now, I'm gonna start this by saying that boy was I big mouth last time. Remember how I was all like, this is not gonna be hard, this is gonna be super easy. Well, it's not. It's proving way harder than I thought. But the basic rules that I've set for you guys, or the things that I told you about, are all still correct. I just deeply underestimated how much competition I have in Warsaw. So without further ado, let's look at what state the PNLL is in right now. But you know what? Before we start, I wanted to say a few things. First of all, I want you guys to name my aircraft, because I have, in the previous instances, always named them myself. And I kind of like it when you guys come up with names. So you know what? Come up with typical Polish names that you think. Don't look them up. Just post them and I'm going to use them. Some of you will probably come up with ridiculous things. Some of you will have it quite accurate. But, why not do it? That's going to be fun. And second of all, if anyone feels like it, I would like a logo for PNLL, because we're going to be here for a while. And, I miss the old logo here. So come up with that. Even a livery, if you guys feel like it. So, yeah, anyway, let's look at how we're doing. So you will notice that our fleet size is 5 now. I have leased a couple of more airplanes. I think we had the 275s and the 190, and I leased 270s, which are a smaller counterpart, actually the smallest counterpart of the other airplanes we have. With these ones, I'm going to have to be super careful because they have certain route restrictions. I don't think I spoke about this before, but in one of the updates that were done in the past year or so, a route restriction was added. So small aircraft like this Embraer 170 can't be put on routes from a level 10 airport to a level 10 airport, but also from a route on a route level 10 to level 9, 8, and 7. We can send it from level 8 to level 8, or from level 9 to level 7, but not to, the routes from biggest airport to the biggest airport. Now, I think that Warsaw is level 7, as far as size go. Yeah, level 7. So, it can't go from Warsaw, for example, to Frankfurt. But other than that, it's okay. But I actually ran into a little problem, which I'm going to speak about it later on with this airplane already. But these route restrictions are actually pretty cool. They add a lot of, more realism. I would add more of this in the game if it was up to me. So I appreciate it. I would be even more strict. For example, if you, get a Jetstream, Jetstream can't absolutely go, for example, to level 10 airport. It can if you fly there from some village or something. But other than that, the best you can do is probably flying from a level 6 to level 5. So it can be, used in most countries for domestic traffic. For example, if you have a level 9, you will be able to fly to level 1 and 2. Yeah, this is a great idea. It works perfectly. So anyway, let's go back. I have leased 2 more Embraers 170 in hopes that it's gonna help my route network a bit. We fly to a lot of destinations right now, as far as short haul is concerned, and also to some medium haul destinations, which are namely Malaga. This is... Wait. This seems weird. I'm flying to Tel Aviv. But have I really... I have no idea what? I am flying to Algiers. I'm confused. I wasn't sure about that, but I'm flying to Algiers, really. I had no idea. Well, okay, I guess that was... Who is flying there again? E75. Really? Well, I probably had an idea for that. Well, we'll check it out today. Yeah, that's confusing because I know we were flying to Tel Aviv and to Malaga, but I had no idea I scheduled Algiers as one of the destinations. But I got really desperate, to be honest. And when you look at Warsaw, the Embraers don't have that many places to fly to. And, you know, I'm flying there because there's no competition, so I'm hoping that it's going to work. Do we have a partner in Algiers? Algiers Air. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember. They sent me. I get it. That was the first day after the recording. Algiers Air sent me an interrunning request. So I said like, yeah, we're gonna fly there. You know, they're cool. That's gonna work out fine. So that's why I scheduled it. I remember now because I didn't want to fly to Northern Africa at all. Tel Aviv was the only exception, so that's how it came to fruition. Sorry. Okay, back to the train of thought I had before. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but that really put me off script. So we're flying to Algiers, but other than that, there's all of Europe is covered, and it's covered in a way that's actually quite thorough. You know, for example, in Norway, you have Oslo. Completely covered. There's no spot. And there's no way in Norway where I would know of a huge international demand. The only country that wasn't really covered was Italy, where we are flying to Cagliari, Naples. That's a good one. I hope that Naples will work well. And I added a flight to Rome, which is not working all that fine, to be honest. And that's about it. So the only destinations I was left with were the ones to the east, pretty much. Russia and Belgrade was also one of the destinations where I haven't flown, or no one was flying to from Warsaw. So actually, let's do this. I'm gonna show you the flight schedule that we have, and we're gonna talk about the lines a bit. Also, we're gonna look at each of the flights. Where are they? I'm just blind. Flight numbers, and I'm gonna speak about a bit about the actual flights. So Algiers is the first one we have, and yeah, we're getting no demand there. So this one is probably gonna be cancelled. There is no demand whatsoever. Look at that, 160 and 480, which is way below the default price, and we're getting nothing. So we do have minimal. Yeah, I think we're the best company there. Wow, Algiers. Yeah, we have absolutely highest ranking possible, 99%, and there's absolutely no demand for it at all. So this one flight is pretty much doomed to be cancelled. I'm gonna cancel all of these that are actually scheduled right now. These four. That's 2 flights for business and economy class. So I'm gonna actually, let me check the reverse as well. Yeah, it's even worse. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cancel both of these flights and both of the return flights, and I'm gonna give it one more go. With a bit lower price. So I'm gonna even go deeper, 140, which would be 420. And we'll see if that changes anything. And if not, this is gonna be cancelled. Because we can't... We're in a situation where we have about 5 weeks. And afterwards, we are completely screwed. Now here, some results of lowered price. So. Okay, so that's the first route. Then we have Europe. In Europe, we have a number of destinations that are actually pretty interesting. So let's start by the Rome one. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Nor are we getting for the... Yeah, well, for the return one, we get something. So what's the problem? Russia to Rome. Is it just that there's no demand? Oh, it's Fiumicino. Oh no, we have an absolute maximum rating. That's just too much competition. We have too many flights, it seems. Yeah, all of the direct flights are completely... Wait, don't tell me that there is no demand from Warsaw to Rome, really? PL. These have way worse rating. 162. So, the thing is, what that tells me is that we could actually increase the prices a bit, and there would be no difference for us. So how am I gonna... first things first, Rome. Do we have any local partners? Come on. Okay, so we have Algia Air there, Balkan Airways, and we have Helvetia Air, and we get nothing. So lowering the price won't do anything here because we're already ranked way higher. So I think what I could do is I could actually increase the price here, and we could then hope to eventually attract more customers. I'm gonna go 140 and 308, 120, and we're gonna keep it for now. That's a big destination, and I have certain flights that I'm hoping would help. So let's go Rome. Give it some more time. Increased prices. Okay, but you know it's not good as it is right now, because even for this flight is actually pretty cool, 29 and 6 business class passengers, but we're gonna lose an arm and a leg on that one. Yeah, we're losing 3,759 Airlinesim dollars for each flight. On the other hand, when I look to a calculator, we just increased the price for 29 times 20, so 580 bucks from each of the economy, from all the economy passengers, and we had 9 business class, which is 60. So we would get to around minus 2,000 Airlinesim dollars, which, you know, covers the flight related costs. Well, you know, these ones cover the flight related cost. They just don't cover the station cost, capacity cost, and overhead, which is administration and leasing and stuff like that. So yeah, so now Naples, I think that's a new flight, and that one isn't looking all that terrifyingly bad. The return flight is terrible though, but it's booked on the 11th, so there probably wasn't a demand calculation yet. This one looks promising. Let's look at Naples. Okay, where the best flight there is 120. We have 100 rating, and the next one is 60. So we can definitely increase the prices here a bit. So let's go to 150. 40 and 420 as well. I hope you guys get what I'm doing here. If it's not clear, what I'm doing is I'm going flight after flight, opening, checking how many people we have booked. And then I'm at the online reservation system, which is here, that shows you the preferences or the way how passengers would book. And your obvious interest is to have the highest rating possible. So for us, that is this. And yeah, I think that the flight to Naples, this one, has a high chance of becoming profitable. And there are going to be 2 more whole demand calculations ran. So we could get to about how much? We covered the variable costs. We don't cover, but it couldn't even break even maybe. So we'll see. So Naples is good. Then Bordeaux. Bordeaux, well, again, not all that good. Not all that good. What about the return flight? Well, the return flight is better, but still nothing to be completely happy about. But it covers, variable costs. Again, we're losing overhead. But that one is not terrible. What about Bordeaux? How are we doing? Yeah, again, we're the best ones on the route. So wait, are these? One thing that I haven't checked is, are these people point to point, or are there actually feeded? Booking. Yeah, they're mostly feeded. I'm not gonna change that for now. What about the Naples one? I haven't checked that either. They are all from feeders. That sucks. Seems to be no demand for this type of flights. I have added Malaga today. We are flying there with one of our Embraer's 170. I'm hoping that one will work, because there was no flight to Malaga at all, and Malaga is a fairly big airport. So it's actually the same size as Warsaw. So let's hope there will be demand. We don't have a good partner. I'm tempted to sign an agreement with Airlinesim. I have a huge amount of flights from Warsaw as well, I think. Oh, it's gonna take forever to load. From Mauritius. Oh my god, this is Stockholm, Tripoli, Vienna, Warsaw. Yeah. We need them. So let's sign an interlining agreement with them as well, if they will be willing. It's gonna cost a lot, but we'll see. So there's not much to say about Malaga. Bergen, or Bergen, because that's a German one, is doing sort of okay, as I can see. Surprised. But we definitely need a smaller aircraft flying there. 80 seats seems to be a complete overkill, so I'm gonna keep that one for now. So check Bordeaux and Naples, and check it later. Naples, check it later. The boat, which is Malaga, check it later. Okay, then we have Cagliari, which is in Italy, and I think that one was, that one actually is looking fine. We have a lot of business passengers there, so this is probably one of our more profitable routes at this point. Again, these aren't feeding. Okay, well, not that bad. Again, not covering the overhead cost. But what can you do? We need to improve this over time. We're also flying to Stockholm. And Stockholm has quite surprised me because we're getting quite a lot of passengers on the way back. I think this is one of the flights that's actually very close to covering the cost. When is this one going? Departure 16:20, but what the date is this? On the 11th, really? So yeah, that's one of the new flights, and we're already getting quite a lot of passengers. So this one would definitely be profitable once it starts flying. I wanted to fly to Kyiv, which seemed really reasonable, especially as Ukrainian airlines are a very big company. But yeah, Kyiv, is not the place where you want to fly. It's just, well, you want to fly there, but you can. But I'm thinking that we're gonna sign an agreement with them. Oh, we already probably did. Contractual partners. No, we haven't. Okay, they haven't signed it yet, but I already sent them the request. So Belgrade. Belgrade is a good destination for me because I have a good partner there. Actually, a person from YouTube, one of my followers. We have a decent amount of people flying there tomorrow, but a great amount of people flying back. So I'm hoping that this one could be one of the more profitables again. It goes well. We're gonna get to the partner one. I'll show you the international leasing agreements. And then Minsk. Minsk is incredible. Minsk is one of the few flights that are actually making a huge amount of profit. Well, a huge amount of profit, relatively speaking. But you can see that it's already completely booked, even few days ahead of time. So we're gonna definitely increase the price here because we want to get more of that juicy money. I'm not gonna, put it up by much. We still don't want to get killed here, but one thing that I actually want to check is how we're doing on the flight to Arlanda. Oh, okay, I see. So we are the highest ranked person on the route. That's great. Okay, so we should get all the point-to-point passengers there. So I'm going to keep it as it is. You can see that our competition is flying more expensive flights. So they have low rating, but all of these passengers are probably feeded to them. We should be getting all the direct ones. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. So that's Europe. As far as the Middle East goes, I try to fit in flights to Istanbul, but Istanbul is one of those places that are so heavily competed that it's impossible at the current setting. I tried the same with Sabiha Gökçen, which is the other airport in Istanbul, but the situation is quite similar there too. So I went with Tel Aviv, and it's not all that good. To be honest, it is not all that good. I think we have no local partner, do we? Do we have someone there? No. Aircris Group. Oh my god. Oh, they're from... Wait, is there no airline in Israel? I would be surprised. Why, that's not what I wanted. Israel. Yeah. Well, anyone, if you want to fly to start an easy place and check how to make a very easy and successful airline, Israel is wide open, guys. Israel is wide open. You can make profit, vast amount of profit, even flying from Tel Aviv to Eilat. That one alone will, fill 2 big airplanes every day. So yeah. So I'm thinking, are we gonna? No, we're gonna keep the flights to Tel Aviv, but I'm probably gonna cancel the ones we have right now. Oh no, they're on the 11th, so 2 more days in advance. We'll see how that goes. Oh, never mind. Russia though. Russia is a big surprise to me. We're getting quite a lot of passengers from Moscow, which I was expecting both ways, so that's good. It's not profitable, but it's a living, you know, we're not making quite a lot of loss, and I think it's gonna go well in the long run. We still have one more whole demand calculation to go. Actually, let's check on our reservation system how we're doing. We're flying to Sheremetyevo, so let's check Sheremetyevo to Warsaw. Well, 99. Okay, we're scoring about the same, and they have way higher price, so we might actually increase it over time. So let's do with the test. I'm gonna go and increase it to 130 and 390. We'll see if that makes any difference. And I'm gonna note it here. Moscow. Check in the price increase 1030. Makes a difference. If not, we might, you know, go up again and again and again and see where we hit the threshold. I have also added flights to Kaliningrad today, which I hope will work great, because Kaliningrad is usually one of the places people ignore, but there is quite a lot of demand there, so I actually bumped up the prices a bit more, and we'll see how that works. But, you know, we can't say anything about it because I added those today. The Embraer 107 days flying there. Yeah, look at that. There are no flights whatsoever there, just a couple. So we might have a good amount of connections southwards. St. Petersburg. That's a line where we have no competition, and it shows. You know, you can see that again. We're getting quite a lot of passengers there. I don't know how we're doing as far as the online reservation system ranks us, but I think it's going to be good. Russia, wow. Petrograd is... No, that's Moscow. St. Petersburg. What's the code? The LED, yeah. Yep, we're ranked the highest, and the next people is 58. Okay, so we're gonna bump that price up a bit. We can do that. So let's go with, wait, that's Kaliningrad, right? St. Petersburg. So let's go 120, 360. 120, 360. Now, it's not advisable to bump this up much by much, because you still want those transfer passengers, and they you know, rank both of the legs of your flights. And to external connection is still over half of the, well, almost all of the passengers transfer, so it's not advisable to actually bump it up by much. So that's Russia. And then we have Spanish flights. Now, what do I mean by the Spanish flights? Well, an interesting thing happened to me. You know that I leased the Embraer 170, and the Embraer is flying to Kaliningrad, where it rests. You know, we have some maintenance done on it, and then it flies to Malaga. But the flight to Malaga is actually way too long for us to manage to fly there and back in one of the windows that I made. You know, remember, all of our flights depart after 6. after 2 and after 8. So what I did is that the flight to Malaga takes time at 20 o'clock, actually 20:11, arrives in Malaga at 23:55, and it departs back at 8:11 and arrives for the passengers so that they can transfer to the wave at 2, which departs mostly to, I think at 2 they depart, where? 2 o'clock, we have flights to Kaliningrad, that could connect, Minsk, again, Moscow, and St. Petersburg, and Stockholm. Stockholm probably not, but all the other ones could connect, you know. So that works fine. But what are we supposed to do in that huge gap here? Well, remember, anyone can fly inter-European flights from Warsaw. But that means we can also fly intra-European flights from Malaga. So I scheduled 2 flights. In the meantime, we're going to arrive to Malaga, and we fly from Malaga to Barcelona and back, and from Malaga to Sevilla and back. So we actually have 2 domestic Spanish flights. It's a test. You know, it might work, it might not. I have no idea. But domestic flights in Spain are usually extremely full. And there's a vast amount of domestic air traffic going on there. So you can see at the short haul, and then we have 2 short haul flights here. Even if they don't make much, they will still greatly lower the overall leasing cost per flight. You know, you have your plane will take, for example, if it takes 2 flights per day, each of those flights have to make up for the leasing costs. You know, but if you have 4 flights, then they have to make less money. You know, so that works as well. So our flight goes there in the evening. They clean it there. It flies to Barcelona, comes back to Sevilla and back, and then it flies back. So generally speaking, we are going bankrupt pretty fast. It's not like I'm gonna pretend that we're not, you know, actually we're not, we have no financial and accounting. Cash flow should show us, we are losing almost $1 million every week, which should be, we'll see it in, why don't we, corporate finances will show it to us. Equity debt, no. I think, we'll see it here. All the information, we're not flying yet. We have no extra costs. We have nothing. So we can hold on for probably 3 weeks as it is right now. I'm going to not lease any extra aircraft, and I'm hoping that we're going to end up somewhere around minus 400,000 this week. And next week we might end up somewhere around minus 200,000, then minus 150, and so on. You know, so that's the goals we're going for right now. We can't expect. Europe is quite competitive. As I said, it's actually way more competitive than I imagined it to be. So we'll have certain trouble, you know, starting up. But we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Don't worry. So that's all for this. Now, actually, last thing I want to show you guys is the interlining. I signed a number of interlining agreements, and I'm waiting for a few more to be confirmed. The biggest one we signed is with Helvetia Air. That's something I usually wouldn't do, because it's an incredibly big company, but they fly in almost all of the destinations in Europe. So I'm hoping that they might, you know, bring us a lot of passengers as a result. They actually have an insane amount. It's gonna take forever. I'm gonna go with like so and Warsaw, and you will see that Helvetia Air is the biggest person on the airport. We're actually all the way over here. We have 98 departures, and I have 13 times more as we do. Over 13 months, 13 and a half times more than we do. So signing an agreement with them is actually, in my opinion, not a bad idea. Second big our second and third big company is Airlinesim, which we applied for today. And I also applied to ISET Airways. Who are those? Oh, they're the biggest Russian company. I'm hoping that they could work because they fly from, well, not from Petersburg as far as I know, but they have a lot of long haul and medium haul flights from Moscow. So that could work. Actually, station in Ekaterinburg. Interesting. Next person we signed with is, as far as Kazakhstan, I also request the Ukrainian Airlines, because the reason why I'm doing that is that they have like 6 daily flights to Warsaw. So I was hoping they would feed me people. Where's Warsaw? Here, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I actually use the Antonov's 858s. So that's 99 passengers. Imagine 7 days. So it's about 500 people per day, possibly. Union Air, again, didn't sign anything. I want to add flights to London. So they're big at London. I don't know if they're flying to Warsaw. I haven't checked. I think they should. I went after the ones that fly to Warsaw. Oh yeah, they're the one that operates so many flights in Warsaw. Yeah, they operate quite a lot of domestic flights, Gdańsk, Katowice, and so on. So I was hoping that they would sign it. Were they online? Found it. When was the guy last on? Last activity. Yesterday. So he probably missed it. We'll see. I might drop him a message. Yachter Europe is a company based in Moldavia. They actually fly to Warsaw quite a lot too. I'm so surprised. Like, these are probably the good destinations for them, and they're all covered. So, we can add a lot of flights to, well, a lot. We can add a flight to Chisinau if we sign an agreement with them. Then we have, Helvetia Air. I've spoken about. Channel Air is another company in United Kingdom. Balkan Airways is ran by Highlander222. He's one of my subscribers, so he actually contacted me immediately after he saw my video. He's flying to Warsaw. No, he's not flying to Warsaw. I'm flying to... No, he is. He's actually flying to Warsaw twice per day. Once with Airbus A320 and once with... This is probably... the British Aerospace 146. So he's flying twice a day. And as I said, Belgrade is one of my better routes. It works very well. I think, flight numbers. So we're gonna hopefully work on that cooperation a bit more. Where's Belgrade? Yeah, that's decent, for my purposes and intentions. That's decent. And Algiers Air is the one I signed an agreement with, but probably in vain, because that one doesn't work at all. I was hoping that they have a huge amount of connections, so they also fly to most of Africa, and it's just not working. There's no demand, so maybe later on, but I might have to cancel that and just save the bucks and put the aircraft somewhere else. If I take it away from Algiers, I'm probably gonna put it onto London. So yeah, this was a pretty long update on what I'm doing and how I'm coping with this. But I hope you guys appreciate it and that you will have some witty comments to tell me about it. This is actually how you do it in a difficult environment. You just can't accept or expect. You can't expect that you will come and just turn on a profit in Europe. It's not how it works. And again, I was all big mouthed and thought how easy this will be. It's not, but it's not impossible. And I hope I'm gonna prove that to you eventually. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Join me next time for some more update, which is probably gonna be on Saturday. we'll see. It's Thursday now. By Saturday, I might have some more news. I'm going to do these maybe more frequently because, we're still hovering over bankruptcy. So you will either see me go down and burn or make this work. So till next time, you guys take care.